you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mrinalini, for the lovely introduction. Hello, friends. As Mrinalini said, my name is Sheetal. Today, my topic is self love. That's why I came with all my theme background. You can see, and I try to wear pink. And of course, whoever sees me, they think it is it a Valentine's Day. So, that is what self love is. Self love is Valentine's Day every day for our own self. So, that is the topic we are going to talk about, my dear friends. So, I have started meditation journey in the year 2010. And before that, of course, all these concepts exist, but I never ever in my wildest imagination thought that I have to love myself. That was that was out of the world thought for me. And when I heard for the first time, then I felt loving ourselves is so selfish. That is not right at all. We should be loving our family, we should be loving our kids, we should be loving job, friends, pets, everyone but ourselves. So, you know, of course, there are so many things like when we come into meditation, like it is clearing everything that what we learned, right? So that is what meditation is doing. So as I was practicing meditation, honestly, within 40 days, what I noticed is I have increased self respect for myself. And somewhere I started loving myself. Somewhere I have become that admirer of Sheetal. Somewhere I have become my own Romeo to my own Juliet. That feeling was amazing, right? So we do not, I'm not doing anything, but I feel that love within me. And I understood, okay, this is this is who we are. And as you are practicing meditation, meditation is nothing but giving ourselves the chance to become empty so that we can see our own real self. So, as I was practicing meditation, I mean, most of you know that you know what is meditation, how you get energies, when you get energies, what happens, all those things. I do not need to explain anything here. So, as I was doing meditation, I was feeling self love for myself, feeling respect for myself, and feeling the mini accomplishment to myself. Like, for example, a smallest thing. Why I am telling all these things is it is so important to notice that how you love yourself. Actually, when you start meditation, you have to put focus where you are growing so that place will grow so much. Okay. So the other day, I was talking about, I just want to give you one example and then we'll go into the thing. So we talk about the big word, we are all consciousness, isn't it? How many of you know about the word consciousness? I forget about the meaning, forget about, what is consciousness, forget about that. How many of you heard the word consciousness? Can you please raise your hand, or give some? Yes. Yes, Satya said yes, Gayatri said yes, everyone know consciousness. And we are all consciousness. That concept you understood, right? Isn't it? I'm, by the way, I love Vijay Lakshmi ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Divya, for opening the cameras. It feels so good. Friends, if you are
Yes,
not,
I'm wearing pink too.
yeah, wonderful. So please, if you are even if you are not comfortable, please go ahead and open your cameras. We don't care whether we are in 90s, we don't care whether we are in oily hair. Who cares? Who cares? Wow. Satya. Hello, Gayatri ma'am. So good to see you. Look at that. This is what self-love is. This is what, like, showing up yourself. When you see your camera, thank you, Swati, thank you, Shanti. So first thing, who we see, so most of the time we get so inconvenient looking at ourselves. Okay, let me ask you, how many, like, of course, now there are no cordless phones, but how many of you felt so weird when you heard your own voice on the phone or recordings? Satya, yes. Yes, Swati. Yes, Mrinalini, Vijayalakshmi. In the beginning, I felt the same. Oh my God, I didn't like it at all. Why? Why my voice is like that? Oh, do I speak like this? Do I look like this? So much of that, because that is how we did not accept ourselves. I mean, it is not that we accepted, but we never allowed ourselves to see how we sound, how we look, and like, how we feel about ourselves, how we feel like when we are walking, when we are like, moving our hands, when we are cooking, when we are cleaning, everything, right? Like in everything, like the being, we stopped observing that being. So the more we practiced meditation, we started observing the being. And when we started observing the being, so what happened? The love increased within ourselves. Did we do anything special? Nothing. We didn't do anything special. We are just practicing meditation, maybe reading books, and maybe meeting like minded people. In heart, we are feeling, oh my God, I'm doing something nice and I'm feeling wonderful. So, that wonderful feeling is very, very important, my dear friends. And giving that wonderful feeling to yourself is the biggest blessing and biggest gift that you can give to yourself. Okay, do whatever you want, whatever you like to do. Okay, so most of the time we stop ourselves doing something because of some mindset, maybe beliefs, maybe restrictions, maybe permissions. Just stop everything and then try to slowly focus on one by one things, and then you will understand yourself better. So, definitely, when we are practicing meditation, the self love is increasing. And when the self love increases, then naturally, the first thing happens after meditation. How many of you felt you started loving the nature? Right? So the nature was there already. But after coming into meditation, of course, some people are there, like, they always love nature, but most of them, they forgot how to look at the flower or look at the plants, communicate with them, right? So they forgot. As soon as they remove that shield, right? Whatever we have built, they remove the shield. As soon as they remove, what happens? We are started seeing ourselves in a own way, in a very beautiful way. The moment we saw ourselves as beautiful, then what we did, we started seeing nature as beautiful. So you and nature are same, my dear friends. So you are loving yourself, and now you are looking at the flower, and you are loving nature, you are loving stars, you are loving moon, you are loving each and everything, you are loving the baby playing, you are loving the adults walking. Everything has become like some kind of like, yeah, it's exhibition for all of us, and that is what self love does. And do you do it anything like, in particular? No, my dear friends, we don't do anything to gain, to look into that, we have to love ourselves. Nothing is like that. So if we can remove ourselves, what we have built from the social, from our parents, from our existence, like, past existence, maybe it can be from the schools, it can be from the college, it can be from your friends and family members, whatnot, right? So we have accumulated so much in our mind, and we have given the least priority to our own self. And from there, we dropped ourselves, my dear friends. We dropped, literally, we dropped ourselves. So in the world, you can stay without family, you can stay without friends, you can stay for some days without food, you can stay like, without having so many different things. But can you say without yourself? No, you can't. So that being said is that we are very, very, very important beings, my dear friends. So today I really want to share. Um, Let me see if I have the presentation ready. Okay. Yeah, I'm not able to open, but I can share, my dear friends. So most of the time what happens is like three things. What I noticed in my journey, three things it started happening. So one is self-talk. So as I was becoming aware, I started noticing how I am talking to myself. How I am talking to myself. Like, am I angry? Am I compassionate? Am I yelling at myself, or am blaming myself? How I am doing it? So in the beginning, when I noticed, I felt so sorry for myself. Like, I really forgive myself. I really ask forgiveness for myself, because most of the time I was just demanding. I was just demanding to myself to, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that. Okay, you have to cook, you have to clean, you have to show your best, you have to dress up best. All those things I was just demanding myself. And I was blaming myself. Okay, I should have not done that. I should have not taken that decision. I should have not prepared this dish. I should have not created the program this way. So much of blaming. So, first, demanding. Second one is like blaming game. I'm not talking about others, ourselves only. So, the blaming game. And then the other one is like making myself low, putting everyone first, making myself low. Everybody is there enjoying and all, but I wanted to make sure everybody is enjoying, everybody is having rest, everybody is having food, like everything. Then I noticed, like, what about me? So I'm so glad that we have some practices like yoga and meditation and breath work. All these things are helping us to focus on our own self, what we are thinking, what we are feeling, how we are talking, all those things. So, first is stop noticing outside. So, just focus on how you are feeling, how you are talking to yourself. The first thing will help you so much. Yeah, so let me come back to that consciousness, right? We have heard we are all conscious beings, and Atma, Paramatma, consciousness, Supreme, all the big words. So, of course, we are all consciousness. We are all one, like a air. Like, when you cover the air with a cup, you will become that cup. And then, of course, when you remove the cup, again, the air is everywhere. So, I'm just giving you the example. But when we are consciousness, consciousness exists everywhere. Can we exist everywhere? No, we can't. It's so easily said, oh, okay, we are Paramatma, we are everywhere, we are so vast, all those things. It comes to an experience, like when we are experiencing that feeling or experience, maybe in meditation, maybe somewhere in the nature, you are feeling that. That is absolutely okay. But as a human beings, we came here to do some wonderful things for ourselves and for others. Forget about others, okay? We are here to do wonderful things for our own self, okay? So we just cling ourselves to do something. Okay, we are here to do something nice to others. No, we are not here to do any nice to others. If you do nice to yourself, naturally you are doing nice to others, okay? If you are happy in the family, if you are healthy in the office area, whatever it is, right? So if you are happy, healthy, joyful, what kind of atmosphere you are spreading at home? So much love, so much care, so much joy. You're jumping, you're dancing, you're singing all the time, you're cooking beautiful food, you are inviting guests. Look at that. That place itself is a party place. And with the same vibration, if I go to office, like I'm the same person there. I'm jumping, I'm dancing. When the problem comes, we are coming, sitting together, and we are solving, we are doing. And by looking at me, my colleague, naturally there it's a contagious, like everything is contagious, right? So likewise, so first thing is help yourself. First thing is keep yourself happy, my dear friends. At any cost, keep yourself happy. If you are very, very, very sad, right? Just to go and open a nice, happy, and funny video and start watching it. And bring your mood back. That is very, very important to gain that knowledge and consciousness. So, when we are awareness, we are everywhere, right? So, when we are everywhere, that is where the awareness comes. Consciousness, of course, we are all consciousness, but awareness is so important. If a consciousness is a stage, think about this. If a consciousness is a stage, the awareness is a headlight, the spotlight. Okay, wherever we put, we are awareness beings, right? We are aware, we are becoming aware, we are becoming aware. That means, first of all, in the beginning we were not aware of ourselves, we were not aware what is happening, we were just doing it in a mechanical way. But the moment we realize that, we started observing ourselves, then what happened? The small light started showing on the consciousness. Consciousness is nothing but everything, okay? So now I noticed, okay, I'm putting the focus here, and the area is growing. Wherever you're putting the focus, the area is growing. The more you are meditating, the more the self love is increasing, the spotlight is increasing, isn't it? So the spotlight is increasing. what you are doing, what you are able to do it, you are able to see things clearly, right? So when you are seeing things clearly, you are exploring more, and as you are exploring more, your awareness is increasing. Simply think, the awareness increasing means even bigger spotlight. So that's why if you are practicing more and more and more meditation, they have vast clarity, they have beautiful clarity of their life, their beautiful clarity of what they're going to do, what they're going to talk, and they have beautiful trust in themselves. They know that I am good enough for myself. How many of you feel that? How many of you feel, okay, I don't need anyone. I am good by myself. Like, sitting on the chair and doing nothing, I am good for myself. How many of you feel? Good. You must feel that. If you're not feeling, then that's you have to work on that, okay? So self-love is so important, my dear friends. So we have to increase our awareness, and with the practice of meditation, as I told you, right, like any awareness exercises, like as we are becoming empty, we are increasing our awareness. We are all awareness beings, and just the awareness, as the awareness is increasing, of course, the things are, we are exploring in a much different dimensions. So understand this concept, my my dear friends, because self talk is very very important. Just from today onwards, observe yourself every day for 5-10 minutes, okay? Or maybe cooking what Sheetal is talking about Sheetal, what Shanti is talking about Shanti, okay? So what Mrinalini is talking about Mrinalini. When you observe that, then you will understand how much damage we are doing to ourselves. Do we do all the time like this to other people? Like, we have husband, we have families, we have parents, we have friends. Do we constantly blame them? Do we constantly judge them? Do we constantly demand them? No, we know that if we do that, they are going to, they do not like that, they don't enjoy that feeling. Then how come we are allowing ourselves to do that? So it's very important, my dear friends. And second thing, what I learned is, the first thing is self talk observation. And second thing, what I noticed, it is self honoring, my dear friends. Keep small promises to yourself. Maybe today I will do 30 minutes of meditation, and like, maybe I will rest better today. Maybe I will go to a nice movie with my friends, or something, like, honor yourself. It's so important. And small promises to yourself. Okay, dear Sheetal, okay, it's been so long that you did not go for a walk. Today I'm going to take you to the walk, and you are walking with me. Okay, it's a small promise, but you're helping yourself. Sheetal, you're so afraid to open the camera, like Zoom camera, and today we are going to help. I will promise you, I'll be with you, and then let us open the camera and sit. Or maybe you are afraid to talk, like maybe you are not a public speaker, but you love to talk, but you are not able to express outside, thinking that you are not a good speaker, thinking that you may not talk in a proper way. Sheetal, let me help you. Let's do that. So, the small promises, you're honoring yourself, my dear friends. It's very, very important. And the third thing I really love about is, like, treating yourself like you would treat to your friend, best friend. How do you treat? Hey, if anything happens, if the friend did blunder mistake, okay, she hit the car, and then you know that it is her mistake. What you will say? It's okay, it's not your mistake, it's okay, good happened, it's okay. uh, you know this is for all good reason. If the same mistake you have done, and how do you treat yourself? Oh, I should have listened to myself, I should have listened to my parents, I should have listened to my family members, I should have not done that one, I should have not. So much of drama we create for ourselves, okay? Whereas we don't create the drama for our friends. We give a lot of courage, a lot of encouragement, and a lot of we really take care of them when they are in that like, trouble mode. So we have to become like that for ourselves. So one of the master who asked in the beginning about the breath work. Breath work is so important, my dear friends. Breath work is very very important. So what happens is, like, anapanasati is helping us to understand so much, right? But breath work, what it does is like it will help you to go little bit deeper into your subconscious mind to push the thoughts which is under the mat, and it will help you to pull out. It might be inconvenient for you when you do the breath work, but it is okay. Allow, like, so slowly when they come, you get to see your patterns clearly. So that's why breath work is important. So I request Mrinalini to arrange maybe breathwork sessions are like how breathwork techniques helps. Okay, so but we don't have to do every day. Okay, anapanasati meditation will take care of everything 100%. But if you know that, if breath work is going to help me, or it is going to help me bring my self back, or like, there are some hidden emotions, hidden negativity, hidden fears, all those things, breath work helps, my dear friends. So give yourself the things, the tools that you want. And the most what I learned, so I met my I met a friend. So she traveled with Patriji in the year 2016. Nina Naik. Okay, she's a founder of Naik Foundation. If you Google, you will know her. She's very damn rich, my dear friends, and she came with Patriji to take a tour in USA. Okay, such a simple being, and she feeds 1 lakh kids in India every day. Every meal, forget about every day, every meal, she feeds 1 lakh kids. And if you Google her YouTube, the Nayak Foundation, it's a beautiful video. It is there, like, one boy, he finds 10 rupees. I'm sure you must have watched. He finds 10 rupees bill, and then he was just dreaming, okay, what I'm going to buy this with this 10 rupees. I'm going to eat ice cream, or I'm going to buy a bat and ball. Or so he was dreaming constantly, and he was going to the uh, sh- carnival. And he notices that, one kids were playing, and suddenly, like, while they're playing cricket, the ball hits to a glass, like, the teacup set. So one lady, she was living on selling tea. So she only has, her property is a cattle, a stove, and then the six teacups of set, right? In India, you see, a ball hits and the teacups breaks. And the lady was so compassionate, and she brings that boy, and then she gives the ball to that boy, and then she says, it's okay, go. And this boy observes, like, he has 10 rupees, and he was about to buy something for himself nicely, because he was dreaming, right? Just looking at that kind act, what he does is, instead of buying for himself, he just buys that 60 cup set, and then he gives to the woman. So when you have self love so much, my dear friends, you give naturally. Okay, so we don't give from the area where we feel lack. Oh, okay, I don't have much. I can only give so much. So we think so much, right? When we are giving anything, we do, like, any charity or anything, always we give from the lack mind. But when you love yourself to the fullest, anything you give to the fullest. You will give that. That is a nature. So that's why self love is very important. And remember, my dear friends, just observe yourself, like, what kind of talks you're talking about yourself, and then honor yourself. And self compassion, my dear friends, the third one is self compassion. Treat yourself like a like you're treating your own best friend. Okay, and I think we are almost time. So just fun takeaways I wanted to uh, give today for self love. Of course, this topic is so big, but in a simple way, what I wanted to say is, just just all is well concept. All is well. American song is there, right? All is well. Just that concept, and love yourself, and like, become your own lover, my dear friends. And trust me, when you become that, right, you will love everyone the same way you are loving yourself, just the same admirer. You're loving your parents that way, you're loving kids, husband and friends and everyone. You will see the shift. How come I'm loving this way? How come I'm loving everyone like this? Like, you will be surprised, because it's all new, you, right? And so the fun takeaways from today's session is, the best friend filter. So just before believing in any thoughts about yourself, so many thoughts will come about yourself, right? So best friend filter is nothing but, whenever you when before bringing any thoughts into your mind about yourself, ask, would I say this to my best friend? Okay, so that best friend filter. And the second thing what I do is hype text. Okay, I text myself. I give compliment to myself. Okay, Sheetal, good job. You did something nice. So now I request everyone to send one compliment to yourself now. Pick up a phone, send yourself a message. Pick up a phone, send yourself a sweet message. You can say anything. It can be silly, it can be funny, it can be happy, it can be anything. You know why I do this practice? Whenever I am little bit down, I open my own text and I smile at it. Okay. So every week, or if possible every day, send yourself a sweet text for yourself. It feels so good, my dear friends. And the third one, the fun part, what I started doing in the beginning is like pause and praise. Okay. Catch yourself doing small things. Maybe you have not walked for so long and then you started walking, right? So pause and observe and praise yourself. Okay, good job, you have done it. Or maybe you did not clean your closet and your closet is filled with clothes, and then one day you decided to clean your part of the closet. Maybe you folded only 5 cloths. Who cares? Give yourself that praise. Okay, good job, you started. At least you folded 5 clothes. Okay, so that is small things are always fun, my dear friend. We don't have to do big things. We are here to enjoy small things. And of course the ocean is all just droplets of water, right? And pause and praise always work. Maybe you are started drinking water more, or maybe you are eating more vegetables and fruits, and maybe you started dieting, whatever it is, right? Say good job, Sheetal. Or maybe you can send that in the text form. And the fun thing what I did is like, uh, don't laugh at me. So whenever I see myself in the mirror, I wink at myself. How many of you are going to do it from today? Wink at yourself. Okay, that's so much fun. We always go to mirror to fix ourselves, my dear friends. Okay, if a friend comes, do you just take your hand, you fix her hair, you fix her bindi, you fix like this? They don't like it. Will you do that? No, you never do that. But we do it in front of the mirror. Like most of the time, oh, okay, my hair is not good, my bindi is not good, my face is not good, my dress is not. So much of fixing, so much of fixing. Same thing. Imagine if you are fixing your friend in front of you, they don't like it. Same inner being is like that. So instead of that, just start creating fun activities for yourself. Wink at yourself, or say I love you to yourself, or do something like say nice words to yourself. So these are the things that um, it helped me to come back to these states, my dear friend. Of course, it is a practice every day. So if I started my meditation journey in 1 month, I am like, I am a self love like, ambassador. No way. It may take lifetime, but we are not in hurry. We will slowly do one by one by one by one. Who cares? Like, we will take our own sweet time. As long as you are loving yourself, you are enjoying being yourself, that's all it matters, my dear friends. So God is also saying same thing. You love yourself. You don't even, please don't even pray. Don't even pray. Please pray yourself. Okay. So if you really want to love yourself, I really love one movie, Nana Patilkar. How many of you know? I do not know, Hindi actress. So every day he goes to his business. He generally, when you go to the business, they do aarti, right? So he keeps the mirror, and he keeps the danda, like, that flower garland. So as soon as you see yourself, right? So Nana Patel he give aarti to himself. So what a cool thing. Of course, you in the world, You are the one who is doing all the magic and work, right? So the concept seems silly, but it is true, my dear friend. So love yourself, be gentle to yourself, and do whatever you like, do whatever you enjoy the most, and only make sure that you are doing something which energizes you. Remember this rule. So we can do anything, but the simple concept is which energizes you, which empowers you, uh, which gives you the feeling that your existence is so beautiful. So do that thing and enjoy your life, my dear friends. And thank you so much, Mrinalini, for giving this opportunity. Sorry I took a little bit longer.
Not at all, Sheetal. It was our pleasure to hear you speak, and each and every one of you thanks you for that. Thank you so much. So, one beautiful takeaway is keep yourself happy. Your family, friends, and everybody else will get impacted, the society. So, imagine living in a society where everybody is positive, happy, cheerful, full of self love. Beautiful, Sheetal. Thank you for the beautiful message today. And now, Masters, I welcome each and every one of you to share your experience or share your question if you have any for Sheetal.